Well, welcome back YouTube. It is time for another video. The last video I released was on February the 2nd, and it is now April 27th. It has been 12 weeks to the day since I released my last video. This is actually, to the day, the 2-year anniversary of when I pulled this bus behind me into my driveway and have been working on it every single day since that day. So the whole point to this video is to do a 2-year anniversary walk around, as though no one has ever seen any of my videos previously, so that they can have basically a tour video that covers everything in one video. I intend to show you what it looked like here the day that I brought it in, what it looked like here 1 month later when I was stripping it out, a month later when I was finished with all the inside prep and ready to start building, and then finally show you what it looks like today. So with that said, let's start a tour video and see what 2 years worth of work and 12 weeks worth of progress has done for me on this bus. This is Marv talking to you about Marv. So let's get after it. Alright, so what you're looking at right now is what I call my entertainment wall. On the top you will see a 55-inch LCD TV, and on the bottom you will see a fireplace. It is an LED fireplace. It does provide heat. I don't use the heat component of it. I only have it for the aesthetics and the ambience of the actual flames. It does not use much power at all when all you're doing is using the flames. If you're trying to use the heat on high, it can consume as much as 1500 watts, and I'm not going there. I do have a sound system, as you can see, and the sound system that I have is actually it is a very inexpensive, but it works great in this confined space. It is a 7.1 surround system that provides Dolby Atmos 7.1 surround inside the bus for the input to the TV. So I've got the center, left, right sitting up here. Turn around here, I've got my rear channel on one side there. I've got my rear channel on the other side there. Not the ideal setup, but based on the fact that it's a bus and what I can do with it, that's all I can do. But it works really great. It sounds amazing in here, and it is a small space. So the other thing that I want to point out is that this entire wall right here that you see is actually, the other side of that is the actual cab. If you look right there, that's the front door of the bus. So what this does is that TV actually rotates vertically. When it rotates vertically, I can lock it in, and then this entire wall slides to the right into and behind the couch area right here and locks into place, because if you look back here, you can see that it is on industrial strength 500-pound drawer slides. There's one right here and one at the bottom. It slides and locks into place back there, and the TV is stored in an upright position when I'm going down the road or whatever. and it fits into this space that you see right here. And I put this to protect the TV screen, this black cloth, which is the same thing that I line my equipment cabinets with, but that protects the TV screen. So this thing rotates. When it's rotated, I'll lock it into place, slide it in, lock it into place, and then I have an access from the front door into the rest of the bus when I'm ready. And it serves two purposes. So when I'm parked and I don't need to use the front door, I can extend the wall, I can have TV, fireplace, and enjoy movies, TV, whatever the case may be. As you've already seen with my network, I can stream on the TV. I also have over-the-air digital TV that I can watch based on where I'm at. I can see local channels and see what's going on in the local area. But it also provides a privacy screen from the front windows. So when this is extended, you can't see through to the back of the bus. So that's why I did it. And to me, it seems like it saved a lot of space because I'm actually using space that would otherwise be open and unused. So that's why I did it. It is probably not the easiest thing in the world to open and close because it is pretty heavy, but it's not that difficult, and it's just sliding it back and forth, and that's it. And when I turn that TV vertical and I release the latches on the slides all the way back into the corner, sticks out probably as far as the edge of the fireplace at the bottom right there is where it ends up sticking out when it's fully retracted into the back cubby. So the entire area is open for traffic through when this thing is closed. So, and I really like it. I think that it adds a certain level of ambiance to having a living space in the bus as opposed to it being a bus. One of the fundamental components of what I did with this build was to try to create a space that did not look like a bus. I wanted it to be comfortable. I wanted it to be cozy. I wanted it to have features that you probably wouldn't expect to see in a bus and be functional, purposeful, and I think I did that. If you don't think so, please comment below and let me know where I screwed up. But anyway, so that's what I've done with my entertainment wall. A couple other things that I want to show you, and then I'm going to wrap this one up. One of the first things that I want to show you is one of the features that I added to the kitchen to provide some separation and extension to the available counter space in the kitchen. So I'm going to put this thing down and try to get it looking in the right direction so I can show you what I got, and I'll walk you through it. So the first thing is that I added this countertop extension, and it is on the what do you call them? The brackets that allow you to do that, table bracket. So this is a countertop extension. I added this. It goes all the way across from one side to the other. I siliconed around the entire inside of this. This entire countertop is waterproof. If anything spills on here, I can hold water up to the level of this board right here, and nothing will drip out, get down inside of it or whatever. So it is waterproof. The next thing that I did, because I wanted to be able to provide a certain level of isolation and separation, is I added the ability to use my equipment cabinet doors as a backdrop for this countertop extension, and it actually isolates the back of the bus completely from the front of the bus, and it provides a separation and more or less a wall that comes behind the countertop and isolates the front from the back. One of the other things that I want to show you that I didn't do, so I'm going to have to climb underneath. Actually, no, I'll just do it this way. I'll open these back up, and the next thing that I'll do embedded into the doors are lights that actually highlight the murals. So the lights that you see that are shining right here are actually on the interior of the door, shining through the mural. The other thing that I did, I'm not going to show it, but the other thing that I did is I have an upper light on each side and I have a lower light on each side. So depending on which direction I put the switch in, the light will light up on the mural accordingly based on which one I have. So if I turn the lights off, it actually looks pretty cool. And these are the equipment panels, and they're feeding into the equipment. As you can see, my compartment temperature on this side is raised to the level that I need to turn my fans on. On this side, I've got the same thing. It looks like some of my battery temps are actually climbing a little bit as well, but that's because the batteries were charging, and the temperature in here is a little bit warm right now. But matter of fact, I'm sitting at 69 degrees right here in the kitchen area. So I added that to provide me some separation. So with these closed in the configuration that they are, and my entertainment system fully extended, this is one big room, and it is the kitchen and living room, and everything to the back is isolated and everything in the cab is isolated. So that's one of the things that I wanted to show you, and now let me show you what it takes to take it apart. I have a little latch here. Turn the lights off. Push it closed. Reach under here and release the latches, and it closes down, and that's it. And it's gone. And now I have free access to walk back and forth through the entire bed. One of the first things that I want to show you is probably one of the most compelling questions resting in your mind. Where the hell you eat? You have no table, you have no dinette, you have no nook, you have no nothing. You're going to eat on the countertops, whatever the case may be. Well, the whole point to this particular section of the video is to show you the answers to that question. So let's get after it. So the first thing I need to do in order to make this work, you get my toolbox out of the way. So let me slide that out of the way. And then I'm going to move my pillows right here, and right here. And then I'm going to take my cushion right here, and I'm going to move it out of the way. And I'm going to take my cushion right here, and I'm going to move it out of the way. And then I'm going to slide this thing, turn it upside down. And then I'm going to take this, which is actually a box that covers my diesel heater, and I'm going to fold it out of the way, which will then allow me to bring this up. Now, in all fairness, if I wanted by myself to just have a tabletop that I could eat off of, I could eat off of this, and it would be more than big enough. A little unsightly, but it would work. One of the other things that I'll show you is that I have some cushions that I have pre-cut and pre-made. So this one covers that. This one covers that. And then I take this and put it right there. And then I take this and put it right there. And I still have my table, and I've got cushions that cover all of the bare material. Fold this back up, and it covers back over the heater. So if it's only me, this is more than enough. But if I need to expand it for whatever reason or whatever, I just come into the other side of the refrigerator and I pull this out. I slide it in, and I have a barrel bolt under here, and the reason for that barrel bolt is so that that don't happen. So I engage the barrel bolt. Of course, when I'm making a video, everything has got to be difficult and doesn't work, but if I'm not, everything works just fine. There we go. Just had to line it up. So now it won't come down, and I have a much bigger table that will support more than just me, or if it is just me, it will support me as well. So here is my little dinette table. I can sit on this side. Someone else can sit on this side. I'm still trying to work on a way to figure out how to make it bigger so that it will support just more than 2 people, but at this point I don't have a lot of room, and this is all I got. So I've got a little dinette table, and that was one of the things that I wanted to show you. And like I said, I thought this was the last thing, but I lied. So there's something else that I need to bring up and run you through, and we're gonna walk to that and take care of that, and then it'll be a wrap. All right, so I lied again. I did want to come back and revisit something that I talked about earlier, and I wanted to show you how this whole twin bed mechanism works. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll do one part of it. So the bottom line is that to actually expand this into a twin bed or chase lounge or whatever the case may be, is that you pull this out like so. Let me see if I can get a better angle on this. Pull this out like so, and then this folds over, and I can't do it with the table up, so let me fix that. Always something. Sorry about this, guys. I'm trying to figure this out as I go along. I haven't done a lot of this stuff, but everything works. It's just got to make sure that the mechanism is in place to do it the right way. So pull this out of the way. Now I can take this, fold it over, pull back, and it drops in. And this is actually the dimension of a twin size bed. I put these mats to isolate the mattress from the plywood so they don't have mold or anything, and that is on all of the surfaces all the way through. And when the other part about it is, though, is like I said, you can turn this into a chase. So I have a twin size mattress section. It was actually a trifold mattress, so I cut one of the sections out. I can put it across here, pillows on the background, and you actually have a chase area right here as opposed to just a couch. But that's how that works. And then you just slide it back in and everything's good. So that was number one. Now let's go to the back of the bus and let's show you some other stuff. Alright, so we are now in the final room of the bus. I am going to tell you right now, this area is not finished. I was hoping it would be before I did this video, but well, it just didn't happen. But it does have enough done for me to give you the general concept of what it's going to look like, what it's going to do, and how it's going to work. First thing that I want to share with you is to identify that we need to put a little bit of light on the subject. So with that, I'm going to reach over here, turn that on. Holy cow, I've got light in here. This is my bedroom, guys. I've got overhead lights in here, the same lights that you saw in the front, in the kitchen and other areas. I just have them here. I do want to point out that I have them on three-way switches, so if I come over here and I hit the right switch, I turn them off, turn them on. All of my lights are on three-way switches back here. One of the other things that I've done is I've added what I consider to be under cabinet lighting, as I did in the front. So you can see right here that I can turn on and off my under cabinet lighting. Just as in the front, I also have my special purpose lighting, which is my strip lights. And I don't know if you can see it, but there they are on the coil. I haven't installed them yet, but they are there and they are working. They too are also on a three-way switch, and if I come over here, I can show you that they're on there and off there based on the switch. So whether I'm in this side of the room or the other side of the room, I can turn everything on and off because everything is on a three-way switch except for the under cabinet lighting. This mess right here are my network connections, power connections, AC power connections, and my diesel heater control. I'm going to be setting up a control panel for all of that stuff to be mounted in. Haven't got there yet, but that's coming. It will look just like it does up front with all of that kind of stuff. I just got to get around to making it happen. Last night I finished installing the siding on this wall to match the siding on here and over here. So that's done. I have not done anything on this side. This contraption that you're seeing in front of you right here is actually a queen size bed. And I got this light right here, and I'm going to show you about the queen size bed in a minute, but I got this light right here so that, just for sake of argument, everything in here is off. You come into the bedroom and you need some light. You flip that switch, you got enough light to actually allow you to see what you're doing so that you can get into the area and turn on any other lights that you want. Sole intent and purpose of that light is just general ambient lighting to light up the space so that you can see whatever you want to do and do whatever you need to do if it's dark. On this side, I've got under cabinet lighting. As you can see, those come on. The cabinets are not in for the under cabinet part, which is why they're just hanging there like that. I still need to put in my ceiling. Getting ready to do that. I've got everything set on this side so I can finish my ceiling on this side and actually start working on here. I really want to get this side finished because actually this is a dual purpose room, which is why this over here looks the way that it does and why it's set up the way that it is. This is actually going to be my desk in my office area. The actual bed is going to be able to fold down and come over and cover that when it's not in use. So I will have a queen size bed back here, and I will also have a office space. And when the bed is rolled up, I still have access to my back door and can use my back door. I replaced the original long handle control arm for the latch on the back door with this short one that came off of the side of the side emergency exit door. So I got rid of that and put this short one in. I'm still working on figuring out a way to positively secure that so no one can come in from the outside, but I haven't got there yet. This right here is a little slide out thing. Let me put some light back on the subject. This right here is actually a slide out that actually comes out and supports the bed when it goes open, because if I don't have this, it's not long enough to reach this in particular positions. So I added that, put that in place, and it supports the bed across. These rollers right here, I've got some on this side, I've got some on this side, and I've got them running down through there on both sides, as you can see. That is to actually keep this frame in alignment and rolling in the right direction so that I don't have it binding up on me. It keeps it moving in a solid plane. One of the other things that I wanted to share with you is this is a very heavy frame. And so one of the things that I did to help me be able to open and close it is, if you notice back there, you can see that I have, maybe this is not going to, well, let's put a little light on the subject. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, those two black lines that you see running to the back there, those are actually garage door return springs, and I am using those to help me create the necessary tension that I need to be able to open and close this door. One of the things that I did is I have these tracks. Hang on, let me go get a light. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a light to put a little more light on the subject so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, that's better. So as you can see, I have these rollers. They're designed for unistrut. Unfortunately, I did not have a piece of unistrut itself that was long enough to support what I needed, so I had to use something different that I already had on hand. There's a lot of slop in it, and it's not as precise as I would like, but it works. So what actually happens is that these rollers that you see right here, this is where they mount and this is where they go into that strut, is the actual bed frame actually rolls on top of those, and they are lifted up enough, and so everything slides back and forth. The springs actually offset the weight of the bed frame so that I pull them out, and when I'm ready to put them in, the springs actually help me pull them back in. Pulling them out is not an issue, getting them back in is. And so that's what the springs do. This pipe that you see right here that runs through is actually a hinge, and this allows me to actually fold up everything so that it stays in this single plane, which is the outside frame of this area. This is my garage storage area, and everything in here will be storage for the garage area. In all fairness, once the bed is folded down, if I'm traveling or whatever and I need additional garage storage area, this entire floor space is open other than where my desk will be. So I can store things in here. The only thing is, if I ever want to use the office, I have to clear this out, open up the floor space so I can get access to the desk. But that's beside the point. But garage storage area under here. One of the other things is that I do have a light for the garage underneath there. As you can see, it's controlled by that switch. One of the other things, this piece of plywood is for that equipment closet above the batteries, but that switch that is right there that you see in the distance is to turn off the reverse horn if I'm using the reverse lights on the back of the bus. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to figure out a place to put this camera so that I can actually kind of show you how this thing works, and see if I can get enough of a view of it to show you how it works. So let me see if I can figure that out, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I think I have something that'll work. I just want to give you a rundown on how this is going to work, just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like, and show you some of the capabilities of this bed. We'll probably be going back and forth, but it is kind of difficult because it is a small space. The overall dimensions of this room is basically just a little bit bigger than a queen size bed, which is 60 inches by 80 inches. And so let me see what I can do to show you how it works. So first thing that I do is I grab my hinge points and I pull it out, and it pulls out. And then once that's pulled out, then I can actually fold down these. And this right here is representative of what it would be like before I open it all the way up. One of the things that I did do is I set it up. Let me move this so I can show you. So one of the things that I did do is I set it up so that I could actually make a reclining bed. So if you look at the position of the headboard right now, or the actual, it's not the headboard, the actual front part of the bed is that it is in an angle. The mattress would be on that, and it would be at an angle, so I could actually be laying in bed, sitting upright, leaning back against that, and have a comfortable back spot. One of the things I'll show you is with those hinges, I just push on it just a little bit and it moves. And then I come over here and grab my hinge and I can pull it out. So just so you can see, these are the hinges, the springs that are actually providing the resistance that help me get it back in. This is my hinge point, and now it's folded down. But if I grab that, you can see, then I'm pulling against the hinges and it's pulling that down. So I'm going to move this around, and I'm going to have to get out of the way so that I can open it up. But I'm going to show you what it looks like when I open up the other part. So this part right here, all I have to do is pick this up, and then I can fold it over. All right. Well, that never happened before, but oh, I know why. Alright, looks like I've run into some technical, oh, I know what's going on. Here we go. Running into some technical challenges, but I'll figure it out. I haven't had this problem before, but of course when I'm doing a video, that's when it comes up. But anyway, so at this point the bed is fully extended, except for the fact that the backrest here is not all the way down. If I continue to pull this out, that will all fall all the way down, and then I'll have a full queen size bed. The way that it's set up right now is I have a backrest with leg extensions, does not go all the way to the wall, and I have the bed set up there. On this particular side over here, underneath that framework that you see right there, will be my desk. It is going to be a standing desk, and the way that I've got it set up is at its lowest possible extension. It will be underneath the framework. When I want to use my desk, I will actually fold the bed back as you saw it originally. Fold the bed back, elevate the desk to a usable height, and then be able to work off of the desk back here without any issues. So that's the plan. It's unfortunate that it, for some reason, I mean, I have opened and closed this thing a million times before I did this video and never had an issue with it, and now that I'm doing the video, for some reason it wanted to give me a problem, but I'll figure it out, make sure that everything's lined up and I don't have those issues in the future. But that is overall the way that it's going to work. So this is my bed, my bedroom, my queen size bed. It folds all the way up. The one thing that I have not done, and I hope to do very soon, is actually get the mattress in here and see how it works with the mattress actually here. I'm hoping that the mattress will actually fit inside the area that I needed to fit into to be able to fold this up. But that's another day, that's another problem, that's another story, and I'll let you know how that works out. But at any rate, I have just completed the front to back, inside and outside tour of everything that I've been working on for the past 2 years, and more specifically what I have been working on for the past 12 weeks. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe, please follow, because there's a lot more coming. A lot of things that I still need to do. Just to give you a rundown, I need to finish this bedroom. I need to finish the office area. I need to install my gray water tanks underneath the bus, and then I need to go through a pre-flight punch list checklist to make sure that this thing is roadworthy so that I can go get it safety inspected. And I am driving very hard because at the end of May I have been invited to take my bus to an RV show, and I'm really hoping that I can get everything done so that I can do that. But we'll see how that works. So with that said, I think that I am going to call it. This is a wrap. This is my tour. I hope you like it. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. Please let me know what you think. Have yourself a very great day, a very great week, a very great month, and a very great year. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.